Hello, Sir Pius. Hello, sir.
Yes, brother. Hello,
Now we are,
sir.
we are live on the group. Hello.
Hello, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, I think we are live on the group now.
Exactly.
Yes, we are
Exactly.
live on the group. All right, Sir John Aggrey, we are so happy that we sent our invitation and you honor the invitation to come speak to us in this conference. This is our first time, it's a maiden edition. It's our first time, and we are still trying to understand the technicalities of on visual program, because that is what COVID-19 has really put the world into. So every youth, everyone needs to know how to use online platform to send their message across. Welcome to Impactshot Africa conference. And with me here, I have Pius Covenant, who is a co-host. Pius Covenant is a co-host of this conference. He's also a member. Of Impactshot Africa, and he himself too is making impact in his own quota and corner. Thank you, Pius. You are welcome to this conference. So over to you, Pius. Over to you, Pius. Can you hear me? Sir Aggrey, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Pius needs to come online. Hello, sir. Pius, can you hear me?
All right. Hello, everyone. I believe everyone is doing good and doing fine. So, let us be. Sorry for the break in transmission. Hello, for the break in transmission. I am back.
All right.
Hello,
All
can
right.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes,
I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry for the break. All right. Okay. So, I want to be sure that we are live. So if you can hear me or if you can hear any one of us, kindly type something in the comment section so that we know that we'll know that you are live with us. So if you're watching live, type hashtag live, and if you're watching the replay, type hashtag replay. So thank you, Mr. Johnny Yaton, for this great opportunity to co-host. Right, I really appreciate, because I know that we started yesterday with an amazing guest speaker, and for those who have not watched, who have not gone through those fantastic topic from our guests, kindly do so, because it's going to be mind blowing. We are here with Mr. John Aggrey, and before we give Mr. John this platform, I'm going to be reading out his biography. We'll be reading out, so you will know that this person that is about to deliver this great value to us is filled with so much that you have to be with your writing material, because there's not that you have a whole lot of things stuck in your brain. You need to write down something. So I'm going to be reading out the bio of our guest speaker, Mr. John Aggrey. So John Aggrey is a versatile multi-sectorial personality with experience in the field of business development, communication, diplomacy, consultancy, SDGs advocacy, and management. John is the founder and CEO of the HIRED Consults and currently the vice president of HIRED Project. So he is contributing his quota through social advocacy to promote mental health awareness, peace and security, climate change, and inclusive youth participation in democratic good governance. On volunteer works, he has served as UNDP Ocean Action and UNDP Bangkok Hub online volunteer for international human rights, Commission, UN and UNEP MGCY constituency member. So John is an African Young Leadership Fellow 2018, an African Chain Maker Fellow 2018, a Global Goodwill Ambassador, an accredited UN Climate Change Teacher and UN World Environment Day Hero 2019 award recipient. He is a YALI PLC alumni, Cohort 2 Online 2020. He is a Climate Reality Leader 2020 and the Vice President and Director of Engagement for the Global Social Economy and Financial Evolution Network. So he was selected as one of the official UNEP MGCY major group representative to the 150th UNEA Committee of Permanent Representative. Presently, John is the Operation Facilitation Communication Team Lead for Children and Youth Major Group to UNEP. John holds an executive mini MBA in Leadership and Management, a BSc in Agriculture, and over 120 certifications to his portfolio. The motivation of John is the passion and drive to be part of the growing community, a change agent for social sustainability, development goals for improved livelihoods, and service to humanity. In simple terms, John is a social intrapreneur. So this is an amazing bio, and we are looking forward to hear from you, Mr. John. So we are giving you the floor, Mr. John. Over to you, sir.
Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Sir John and Sir Pius, for humbling me this morning with all those accolades. The truth of the matter is, I'm more of a servant leader. So it gives me more joy serving people and knowing that at the end of the day, I made a positive impact in the lives of everyone. Now, to go straight to the matter or the subject matter at hand, that is food systems and sustainability, the role of youth, or where does the youth feel? I will start by saying that on 23rd of September, just a few days ago, the UN food systems was finally arrived and implemented. The question is, irrespective of how much noise was made and all the engagement, how many people, that is, how many youth had the opportunity to engage at the summit? Was it select few? Was it everyone inclusive? Though the message was right. The question I will ask again is, what did you do on that day to become a part of that history making summit? So it brings my mind and points to what is the role of youth. Every event, every scenario, every project now talks about meaningful engagement of youth, meaningful engagement of young people, giving them a table, giving them a seat. The question is, what actually is in? What is the practicality of what is going on? Is it just about let's add them to the noise, let's add them to the decision making so that we may look good in the eyes of the public, in the eyes of investors, in the eyes of donors? Or in actual sense, there is something going on the ground? Those who are involved, can they come out boldly and say, yes, I advocated to be part of this and I was, and this is the results? So we need practical exposure, not just book addition, not just book involvement. Now, the UN food systems is a clear example of an opportunity for young people to shape the value chain of our food systems. In actual sense, as Good Food for All always say, good food is everything, and the future of the world depends on good food. And also to quote what Madam Agnes Kalibata said, that's the UN Secretary General Special Envoy to the Food System Summit, we must lean into our hopes and work together in ambitious ways to put the world on a better path. The only way the world can revolve round is when food is accessible, when food is affordable, when food is nutritious, and when food is safe. It may interest you to know there are a lot of conflicts that happen globally. All has to be with what? Accessibility, what people will eat, unemployment. Imagine if every home has something to eat every day without them thinking about what our children are going to eat, what is the family going to have. A lot of issues will be solved. So, good food for all is a must for everyone. And it is a shame, and I must say, global hunger is a global shame because for the world to have so much money, billions, we have multinationals, we have conglomerates, and people are hungry, then there's nothing called being wealthy or being rich. No, being rich means that everyone has something on the table. So, in terms of food systems, I'm praying that this should not just be a 1 year off event, but it should be a yearly round summit with every, I don't know, quarterly, weekly, or monthly, something should be done to feed into the global discussion, the global decision making. And I know a lot of decisions have been made. We are now at the implementation stage. Let this not just be one of those climate change negotiations where we make ambitious interventions, and at the end of the day, the youth now have to run after the world leaders and demand solutions. No. Let's see what happens next year, 2022. Let's see what happens. Now, to come to sustainability, I will take it from the point of work culture. Why? Because sustainability has the power to unite young people to create a better working culture, a better work life balance, and also have a great impact on their output. Now, if you have a healthy, sustainable workplace as a young person, it automatically increases your productivity, lessens your work related illness, and it also develops an eco sensible workplace. And all this is what? Based on values and practicing eco friendly habits. So the issue of sustainability not just cuts across economics, not just cuts across environmental, workplace sustainability is also part of us having a good future for the young people because your mental health is as equally important as your physical health. So a great way of encouraging all this is to implement programs or have, I don't know how to say, a sustainable plan for yourself. For me, my sustainable plan is when I'm too stressed, I stop what I'm doing and I watch movies or I just go to the kitchen and I cook. It's therapeutic for me. And this is how, in the kitchen, when I'm cooking, I get more ideas, get a drink, go back to the room and refresh. The question is, what is your sustainable plan? It's not just about the environment, it's not just about recycling materials, waste management, or preservation and conservation. Sustainability cuts across every segment of your human being, including yourself. So until you find your sustainable plan or your sustainable workplace engagement plan, you'll just be a working robot fighting
Hmm.
for the environment, making sure the environment is safe and sound and preserved. But at the end of the day, there is no one to correlate, to collaborate, and share the beauty of biodiversity. So what? The environment is left alone and there are no humans to interact with. So your sustainable lifestyle matters. So this is what I may say now. I'm not much of a speaker, so if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer some of these questions, and then we can move on. Thank you very much.
Uh, all right, sir. All right, sir. I really get what you just say about eco-friendly habits and sustainable plans for yourself. Eco-friendly habits and sustainable. Now, my question is that I would like to know about one or two eco-friendly habits. One or two eco-friendly habits. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
The last statement did not come out well. I did not hear it well.
Okay. Okay. I said I would like to know one or two eco-friendly habits. One
All
or
right.
two
Okay.
eco-friendly habits.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I will say your question must be preceded by something that I have an answer to. Now, in order to know or have your eco system habits, you cannot know until you've identified who you are as a youth, which role you play as a youth. Now, we've got some people who are critical thinkers. We've got some youth who are change makers. We've got others who are innovators. Some youth are also communicators. And lastly, we've got those who are leaders. So, with these five levels of the roles of youth, with respect to the sustainable development goals, as well as what sustainability, you need to know which of these five categories you fall under, either one or just 4 out of 5. Now, once you know this, then you can actually know your sustainable plan, because the plan of a leader is different from the plan of an innovator, because they operate in different spectrum. A critical thinker may need to have some days of no noise, some days of just being alone in a room, trying to pour out the ideas into impactful projects. You understand what I'm saying? So a change maker has the power to act and mobilize people. So their sustainable plan will be different from a critical thinker who is just part of being making sense of personal experience, asking questions about the world, and how to use their capacity to identify and challenge existing power structures. And for an innovator, they bring fresh perspectives, direct knowledge, and insights into issues. So you need to know, are you a leader? Are you a communicator? Are you an innovator? Are you a change maker? Or you are simply a critical thinker? Knowing your role as a youth with respect to the sustainable development goals gives you a clear path and conscience on how to even plan your whole advocacy as a youth, or even define your being as a youth. So this is how I can answer your question. Without knowing where you fall, there is no way you can create a plan. Thank you.
Wow, this is an amazing session because I've so much jotted a whole lot of things, a lot of values, right? So because I know a lot of people can be watching the replay and they might want to be putting down their questions in the comment section, which I believe when you are a chance, you'll be available to answer some of the questions. So I have a question for you, sir, and it goes to us that since we're in the practical state of implementation. The truth is, a whole lot of youths want to get a lot of knowledge, but how can you compare those knowledge with implementations? I don't know if you get my question, sir. Now a lot of youths want to a lot of youths, like I said earlier, that we're in the state of implementation where we just need to get action done. But a lot of youths right now want knowledge. They want to just get the idea. But how can we balance knowledge and implementation together?
All right, thank you very much. Blended knowledge with implementation is more of saying that how do you translate your soft skills into meaningful projects, into meaningful engagement? You see,
Yes, sir.
um, I would say I have over 120 certificates. The last time I checked, there are about 200 and something. The question is why? You see, when you're going into a field, it is not about whoever is there to impact knowledge on you. You also need to know about the subject area. If you are going into advocacy on environment, you need to get some short courses on biodiversity, the youth and environment, what does environment mean to you, and all of those stuff. Yes. So it all boils down to enthusiasm, passion, commitment. If you do not have these, see, if you don't have enthusiasm, you don't have passion, you don't have commitment, trust me, you can gain all the knowledge in the world and you still feel empty. Now, enthusiasm and passion propels you to be what? Active person. Now, by being active means that you need to align or engage with an NGO, with an organization, with a youth-led enterprise or community-based project to now translate what you have learned into useful impact. It is just about either reaching out to the people like, hello, I saw this online. There is an upcoming project and I'd like to volunteer. Hello, my name is John Aggrey. I'm from Ghana. I'm very passionate about sustainability. I have taken a course in ABCD. Now, I would like to use this opportunity to come on board to support. How can you assist me? How can you guide me? Now, any NGO that knows this or hears this automatically gears towards you like, oh, great, we have a slot for ABCD, or the slots are filled. But based on your passion, based on your commitment and your enthusiasm, we are happy to give you a role in this organization. Next week, we have a program coming up on this. Would you be happy to come on board? So this, it all boils down to what you portray. It is not about them forcing it on you. It's your enthusiasm, your passion and commitment. These are your currency that opens the doors of opportunity, either to volunteerism, humanitarian work, or even paid work. Because once they see your CV or your resume of, okay, we are running advocacy in youth in biodiversity. Now, this person who has shown interest has already taken certificate courses in ABCD. That person makes it an automatic value asset to us. So let's engage them. This is how you even position yourself at the decision making table because you have something to offer. But then if you just sit at home behind your laptop and say, hey, involve the youth in advocacy, involve the youth in diplomacy, involve the youth in international relations, involve the youth in environmental sustainability, and they call upon you to deliver and like, okay, how do I go about this? Are there any materials or books for me to read? No, at that point, they just look at you and you've lost a whole lifetime of engagement. You've lost a whole lifetime of credibility. And yes, credibility is also key. So before you can engage, you must first learn to know. And after learning to know, you must now be willing to make yourself learnable and also make yourself to be able to be led by people who know. So this is how I can answer your question. It has to be based on enthusiasm, passion, and commitment. And you must have a bit of basic knowledge in the field that you know. If you want to be an advocate for gender equality and you yourself do not practice it, what are you going to portray? What are you going to impact to people who want to seek the knowledge, people who want to know? There's nothing. So you need to be purpose driven as well. Thank you very much.
Hmm. Thank you very much, sir. In fact, that was very insightful. That was very, very insightful. Because several youths want to be like John Aggrey. Several youths have this passion. They have this passion to go into NGOs, advocacy, but they didn't really have the push. They didn't really have the push. That's the one of the motive for this Congress. We need the push because the youth in Africa are really resourceful. African youths are resourceful. Wherever they are, even those that studying abroad, they are doing amazing things, leading their classes. Those in the advocacy sector too, they are doing great things, just like you, sir, John Aggrey. I got to know that you were in Russia. You were in Russia for a program. I say yes, that is an African son. You always see African sons and daughters doing exploits all over the world. So that's one of the most for this Congress that, okay, let's bring in these African sons and daughters doing great things. Let them come and give us the push. And that's what you done this morning. I really appreciate you. I get to know that enthusiasm, passion, and commitment open doors of opportunity. Enthusiasm, passion, and commitment open doors of opportunity. As a youth, if you have this passion within you that you want to start an NGO, you have this trait in you that you want to deliver, you feel the world, it could be of benefit to the world. You also need commitment to push this forward. You need commitment and you need networking, telling the right people that can help you to sharpen your skill. I hope you can hear me, sir. Hello, sir. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, yes. You need organizations, you need like NGOs, maybe even though if it is upcoming NGOs, where you can still practice your skill, where you can learn more and develop and become a better person. Thank you, and thank you, sir. Thank you for honoring to this invitation. We really, really appreciate, and we are all seeing your great work. We are all seeing your great work in Ghana, and you even have influence in Nigeria. When my friend and great mentor Musa Latunji heard that John Aggrey will be speaking at the conference, he was really happy. He was really happy, and he really commended you. That's to tell you that the influence is not only in Ghana, the influence is going viral all over Africa and to the world. Thank you. You are a great leader. We appreciate you. Sir Pius, any words for our guest speaker? Hello, Pius. Any words for our guest speaker?
Yes. Wow. I'm just going to say that this session was filled with so much value because I have so much, my notes is already filled up already because I was just jotting down a whole lot of values, right? And we really appreciate your presence in this session because you really went straight to the main points, right? I so much jot about practical exposure, that we are in the state of implementation, right? We taking action is the necessary thing that youths are supposed to be taking at this point in time. Having a sustainability lifestyle. This session has been filled with value, and we really appreciate you honoring our invitation. Keep soaring, sir. And so if you're watching live, kindly type #live in the comment section and where you're watching from. And if you're watching the replay, kindly type #replay and where you're watching. So if you have any other questions that you feel you need to ask our guest, you can put that down in the comment section. And when our guest is chance, he will check those questions and give you the straight answer that you need. So over to you, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. We hope to also be able to host you in our physical events, because Impactshot Africa, we are an organization that has connection in our motive, our aim and objective is to be connected to all countries in Africa. And we're going to be having our conference in countries all over Africa. Hello.
All right, that is great. Thank you very much.
All right. We hope to host you soon on our physical event in one of the African countries.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thanks for coming, sir. God bless you.
Look forward to it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for all right, Sir Pius.
All right, sir.
Thank you for today. Thank you for
Thank you,
hosting this conference. In fact, it has the conference is getting better. It's getting better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's getting
Yes,
better.
sir. Yes,
And I can feel the ignition. I can feel the ignition.
There's definitely an ignition.
Yesterday was on fire too, with our second guest speaker, and today the fire continues. So later today by 2:30 p.m. we'll be having the afternoon section by this Rwandan, German-based Rwandan artist, author, and also an advocate too, Tete Luipa. Oh, all right, thank you. See you by 2:30 p.m.
All right, sir.
All right, enjoy yourself. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and all our viewers. All right, thank you everyone for coming to the ignition. Thank you for this morning section. I'm inviting you to the afternoon section by 2:30 p.m. I would like to see you there. Thank you. Bye-bye. Enjoy yourself till 2:30 p.m. Keep it a date and a time with us. Bye. Thank you.